Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moondirected. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And we are covering the next 2 weeks. August 5th. I'm going to take that card. August 5th through August 18th. And I'm doing bi-weeklies because I'm on the move and it's just kind of what I need to do right now. But to thank everybody, I want to give away free readings again. I really enjoyed that, so make sure to comment on the video. And every video that you comment on counts as an entry into the drawing for the free reading. So the energy for this, let's see what we're going to get. This is kind of exciting energy. Coming off of that eclipse energy and then that new moon in Leo, which is about let's go and let's get things done. Okay. There we go. All right. So what do we have here? Ooh. Okay. So the card that fell out is the Six of Wands. This is about overcoming obstacles and hurdles and running the race. And it's not necessarily an easy race, right? I don't know if you've ever run track. Hurdles aren't easy. You have to jump. You have to leap. You have to do your timing right. Every time you knock over a hurdle, it slows you down, but you just keep going. But look, this guy, he's figured it out. He's figured out how to overcome the hurdles, and he is on his way to victory. And so I think that's really the important thing to remember, because what it looks like we have going on here is a difficult situation that is ending within a home and family situation. This does not mean that everybody's getting a divorce. It could mean that you're coming out of a difficult time at home where there's been some problem that needed to be resolved. There's been a bunch of issues that needed to be overcome. There's been just a lot of things going on, and so you are coming out of it victoriously. When we have this Nine of Wands, this is, I have been through the wars, but I'm still going. I have been through a lot of obstacles, and I'm winning. And so you might feel tired, you might feel exhausted, you might feel like you're limping along, but I think in the end you figure out what you need to do to make that home situation for you the one that you want. How you want it to work for yourself. And so the energy as we walk in this week is about partnership in general, because of where the sun and where the moon is, and it's about having an idea and adapting and making the changes that you need to make in order to do it. There's a lot of decision making and choice making that goes on with the energy during this first week of the 5th through the 11th. And so let's just see what kind of guidance we can get for you. There's going to be somebody that comes along that's going to feel like, wow, this is the person I needed to catch up with to help me navigate the situation, to solve this problem, to make this idea work. So it could be something as simple as you're trying to find the right contractor to build your addition to your house or something like that. And you're going to feel like, okay, here's the idea, here's how I'm going to adapt, here's how I'm going to make it work. But there is a freedom that comes with your decision. There is a freedom, and I do believe a decision is coming. We're finishing up in a full moon. We just had a full moon eclipse that really should have cleared a lot of stuff out of your life that was holding you down and holding you back. And now we've got this flying free and this breaking barriers. So the energy is unstuck. You are definitely moving in a direction that has a lot of potential to work for you. And here, I think, is probably the most important aspect of it. Listening to your heart. Your heart is your intuition. It's your spirit guides. It is, oh my gosh, in matters of the heart, you should always listen to your heart. You can analyze things to death and get the wrong answer, or you can just make a knee-jerk gut reaction and it is correct. And honestly, when it comes to decision making, so often, it's kind of like I'm making a decision and then I'm going to make the decision right. So there's a shift, a change coming in the area of your home that is going to make it feel less burdensome, and you're going to feel like you've overcome some obstacles and you've really gotten to where you need to go. So there's a choice that needs to be made. There's a decision that's based on, past experience, and it should be made with optimism and excitement, more along the energy of this guy who's running the hurdles than the guy who's like, I'm limping up to the finish line of life. That doesn't, don't be that. Don't be this dude, be this one, right? All right, so, wow, so much energy. First off, it says positive energy. So again, your attitude is going to have a lot to do with it. We have faith. Let yourself receive. So this person that's coming along to help you with this choice, this decision, this person that steps in and kind of clears the way for things for you to feel freer and lighter. This situation, this help, this guidance, but it comes, I believe it's going to come in the form of a person. Somehow you're going to receive something. Go ahead and take the help. Go ahead and accept the help. Don't be like, oh, I got this, I don't need any help. No, say thank you and just accept the help, because you have consulted an expert. So receiving this information, so maybe you don't, okay, so let's go back to, you need a contractor. Maybe you have trouble finding one, and your next door neighbor's like, yeah, but you know, they're my buddy, and you've been like, gosh, I don't know if I really want to do this whole my buddy thing. Maybe you should listen to him, because maybe it turns out he's a real expert, and so it could be divine magic at play. Like, so a situation resolves in seemingly by magic. Something that's been a little concerning to you, that's had you kind of like, I don't know if we can manage this. This seems like so much. You're going to end up feeling much better about it, I think, by the time we get to the full moon. And so it's about finding your individuality, representing for yourself. I think that when that moon gets into Sagittarius, it's going to be almost like, it's the end of a project. It's like, okay, I thought it might, it's kind of like there's a loss in order to have the win, but the win is really important. And so accepting and feeling optimistic about the win, and yes, you might miss the part that's lost. There's a bittersweetness to it, but the competition falls away. So say you were trying to decide between two things that had to do, competition falls away. That feels like there was options, or there was opportunities, and all of a sudden one stands out so clearly in your mind from making this decision, from consulting the expert, just having faith and using your positive energy. And when that happens, I think you're going to feel like, wow, okay, victory. Wow. You have wild, pure heart. This is about individuality. This is about being willing to be you. What do you really want? What makes you feel at your very best? So often, Taurus, I find you give and you give and you give and you forget to receive. So make sure you allow, even if what receiving means is that you get some space to breathe, some space to be yourself, some space to have some downtime. Sometimes that is what you really need. So don't forget to be willing to create space for yourself and set healthy boundaries. We have divine union. Wow. This thing that's happening here, over here, where you're listening to your heart, where you're making the decision, where you're breaking free, divine union, that sounds romantic. I got to be honest. It's happening in your 8th house of transformation. So this could be about partnership. We went from work-life balance to partnership to, so it could be a relationship choice or decision. It could be that you, divine union could mean, it could mean that you meet somebody, like a soulmate that is here for a while to help you. Like you guys, I think you guys had fated meeting in the last reading I did. And so it could be that there is a partnership coming in some aspect of your life, not necessarily a relationship, intimate relationship partnership, that they're supposed to be there and now they're showing up and the timing is right. And it could be that too, because there's growth and opportunity here. She looks like she's giving birth to light. Very cool. And then, ooh, have courage. Yes, you are going to make a decision. You're going to make a choice. And there's a bittersweetness to this choice. It's leaving something behind in order to allow something new to come in. And that's always hard. We have this full moon coming up, and that full moon is about escaping. And so, yes, I believe you're going to resolve a situation that's been kind of hanging over your head, and you have a brilliant solution is on its way. So have courage. Be true to yourself. Be who you are. The solution is coming. It's absolutely coming. You are going to figure this out. You're going to totally figure this out. It is happening. I think that, you know, there's been a lot of stress and a lot of, I don't even know if stress is the right word, but you've been like mulling something over for the longest time. And I think that eclipse in Capricorn gave you a lot of clarity. And now I think you're ready to make a choice and decision, and this full moon that's happening in Libra is going to really allow you to set yourself free and move forward. So, yes. Okay. So, when we get to next week, when we get to the 12th, it starts out with a calmer sense of energy. I feel like once the decision is made, then you start doing the work of making the decision right. Okay, I've made a choice, I've made a decision, so now I start working through it. So now it's about the ambition to get the project, to bring it to the best possible conclusion. It's time to dig in, it's time to take responsibility. It's time to start doing the hard work. How can you make this project viable? How can you make it do what it needs to do? And you have discernment. You have discernment, presence, prophecy, vision. So, this is marrying your intellect with your heart space. This is working your way through the project in balance. There's practical things that need to be solved. That's where the head takes the precedence. Making the decision, I think that was a heart decision that needed to be made. What felt right. And then use your head to figure out how to make it right. Like, this is what I think I need to do, and now this is how I get it done. So, kind of like that. The moon is then going to move into Aquarius. It gets there on, what is it, Wednesday? It gets there on Wednesday, and it doesn't go full until Friday. It goes full on Thursday. So it gets there on Tuesday and goes full on Thursday. And so it's there for a while. It doesn't get, it's almost on its way out before it becomes a full moon. And so there's some time for this energy of Aquarius and this thinking things through and using your intellect to find the solutions. You're going to have a couple days to really have the benefit of that before the moon goes full and moves into Pisces. And so there's a sense of release. And okay, so you have Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed, and she rides with Wild Spirit unbroken. Okay. We have this card here, which is Wild Pure Heart, right? And now we've got the Wild Rider and Wild Spirit Unbroken, and this is all about being released from a situation in which you felt imprisoned somehow, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. It does spiritually. You're breaking free. You're listening to your heart. You're going to use your mind to solve the problem, but you're breaking free. You're setting yourself free from this thing that has felt like it's been tying you down, weighing you down in some way or the other. And now it's a matter of using your emotions to kind of manipulate the situation from, okay, so relying on how you felt in the past to navigate the waters that are currently happening. So you're like, well, when I did that before, I didn't like that. It didn't feel right. So don't do that. When I did this in the previous times, that I liked, I felt good about that, then do that. And it's kind of like the manipulating, the navigating, the steering your way through these emotional waters intuitively. Like the High Priestess, intuitively, listening to your intuition. What do I need to do emotionally to make this feel right, because this feels like a real matter for your soul. You have wave of power, a surge of power, upswing of energy, exhilarating movement. If you have Aries in your chart, they also had that. And look at this. I really usually hate to see this, but it says, too much is hidden from you, the unseen. But honestly, what it really looks like is somebody's escaping. So make sure that you are looking for the information that you need. Make sure that you are that you're crossing your I's and dotting your T's, but mostly I think listen to your heart. Like something doesn't feel right. Do a little more on that. Do a little bit more on that. All right. So, wow, that looks so good. I feel like this Capricorn eclipse that we had really kind of shook up everything and everyone. I think everyone's going to feel like a release from some sort of a situation that they've been feeling stuck in. We've got Uranus going in retrograde, but who is it? Jupiter. Jupiter's going to start going direct too, and so expansion again. I think, and so we've got Mercury going direct. Mercury went direct on the 31st with the with the new moon. And then with the full moon, we've got Jupiter going direct. So communication starts moving forward. Information starts flowing in the right direction. And then there's this expansion and this opening up of everything. And Uranus going in your sign, going in retrograde, is kind of things that have been kind of shaken up over the last, in the financial or the self-esteem, the self-value, self-worth, and also in the house of you. So who you are, anything that you felt a little shaky about over, like, say, the last, when did it get there? So like 9 months or so. Some of that stuff, it's going to be grounds to go over again. So maybe the first time it didn't feel like, okay, so everything kind of got stirred up, but maybe you're wondering, well, did I handle that right? Maybe I didn't do that right. So actually, I think the first time Uranus got into Taurus was last May, and then retrograded back, and now it's moving forward again. So there's just a lot happening. A lot of opportunity to look at what got shaken up. And if you don't like the way you handled something, here's your opportunity to do it again. Because with Mercury going direct, there you're supported, and with the expansion of Jupiter, and so I think you're just going to open up and get out there and start living your best life, and that is excellent. So you have a lot of things here. It says, my life glides forward with ease. Yes, I am mindful. I think and act with positive energy. This is the orbicular jasper. This is about you choosing your attitude. And then you have this really fun watermelon tourmaline. It says, my heart is giving, and oh my gosh, this lighting. Giving and receiving love. I transform the world around me by focusing on divine love. So that's that divine partnership that's coming in, and that divine union. Oh my gosh. So all of you out there that are doing that whole twin flame and you're wondering if you're going to come into partnership, I would say that this is a possible opportunity for that. Yes. I know you're all dying to know the answer to that. The answer is yes, it's possible, but with divine partnerships, divine unions, both people have to be ready. Both people have to be willing and able. And so you can want something all you want, but maybe you're not actually ready. If you're wanting it so hard, you might not be ready. If you're waiting on the other person and not moving forward with your life, then I would say you're not ready. So don't stall your life waiting on somebody. It's can be a real waste of time. So then we have Jade. And you have, I'm incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. So when two people are really ready, when that happens, then things will fall into place. But I don't think you can make them fall into place. So I don't want anyone getting too excited about that whole divine union thing. I want you to kind of look around and realize that that might be the only way that the cards in that particular deck could say there is somebody coming in that is a soulmate that is here to help you move forward in your life in a specific way. Because, like I said, I don't read all my cards. I just get what I get. And so that was the message I got from that. I didn't get the soulmate divine union thing. But Spirit is telling me that for some people, that is the thing. So if it is, I hope that works for you. I hope it goes well. All right. I will talk to you soon. You take care. Be sure to comment on the video. And I will see you soon.